I say over and over again, religion is what you do, right? People kind of think belief, what does it mean? What's belief mean? Believe in Jesus, they say. Well, what does that mean? To me, it comes out in the doing. We can't talk about Jesus being the bread of heaven without looking at the poverty and the hunger and the starvation that is in the world today. We cannot. And when we look at it, we're then called to do something about it. And in the doing something about it, the bread of heaven comes. The magic comes. People often talk about you have to believe in Jesus. And the belief really is just trust. That's what it means. Having faith means trusting. You just go out. When we started here, we just opened the doors and people came and they ate. When we go and do things overseas, we do the same. We create a honeypot and people come. But we don't do it because, it's good to do it. We do it because it's right. We do it because that's what the universe demands. We do it because we might be up today and we might be good today, but tomorrow we might need something, or we might need somebody to help us. Where are they coming from? Unless we lead the way, unless we become the bread that people need, unless we become the symbols that the world can be a better place. And the world can be a better place. This environment we live in is pretty tough, right? We've got climate change, we've got threats to democracies, all of these sorts of things. These go on all the time. But we can find a sense in ourselves of something greater. We can find a story that's something greater. And we can look at the shape that Jesus has. We can look at that shape and we can say, that's a pretty good way to be. And that comes, no one can come to the Father but through me. Just looking at it that way. And then the world begins to change. The world opens up. Your world opens up. And the children around you open up. We work with young Aboriginal children in the west of Sydney and in the Northern Territory too. And their lives are terrible, worse than terrible. But what we can do is create a pathway so that they can come out of it and build into a new world. And I remember one young Aboriginal boy came to us because one day he thought maybe if he could learn to read, he could drive a truck. As he begins to learn to read, and he's very, very bright, he says to me, I've just realised I can go to university if I want. And at that moment, the whole world sings, because he sees the world in a whole new way. And if he sees it in that way, he can share that world with his brothers and sisters. And then this young Aboriginal boy becomes a Jesus shape through which the world can be changed. Amen.